From one of the craziest things ever added to ruining one of the most popular anime characters of all time, here's 27 times Fortnite's ruined things. Since the very first time they were added at the start of Chapter 5, medallions have always been a problem. And the sweats have used them to terrorize players every season. They're so busted that Peterbot literally had a perfect run in Season 3, winning every single Cash Cup and FNCS Grand Finals, just by abusing the Dash Medallion from Grim Gate.
Oh my god!
To try and fix this, Fortnite has done something so insane that the whole community is in uproar. Out of nowhere, they just vaulted medallions entirely. Casual players are relieved, but sweats are crashing out, saying medallions were the whole point of the season. And honestly, they kinda were. They just weren't fun for the rest of us. Which brings us on to the next scam. Ranked now has the exact same loot pool as tournaments. Sweats are loving it because they can finally get some realistic practice. But for the rest of us who don't know a thing about dead side rotates or storm surge, keeping up in ranked is impossible.
Are you kidding me?
And we basically got scammed out of a whole game mode. And if you run into a sweat in a normal match, good luck getting away because Fortnite vaulted the shockwave launcher too. At least they buffed the minigun. So if you got boxed by a wannabe Peterbot, just spray and pray. They won't know what's about to hit them. Back when Fortnite OG was first announced, players were hyped to finally run it back like the good old days. But in a shock move, Fortnite just enabled low gravity for an entire weekend. They even randomly unvaulted the Zapatron too. Fun? Sure. OG? Not even close. And then there's Fortnite Festival. Some of the collabs have been insane.
You can unlock the one and only himself, The Weeknd.
And if leakers are to be trusted, it's looking like the next artist is Gorillas. Some players are confused as we already have Gorillas in the game, but fans are hyped. The scam? Apparently we're not getting the whole band. With only 2 skins in the past, the rest of it is coming to the item shop. And considering we already had an entire Metallica lineup in one patch before, a lot of players are calling it a straight up scam. Did you see the new Crocs? There's a total of 4 new pairs for 1,000 V-Bucks each. And aside from the duck features on one, the other 3 are almost identical apart from the color. It's Power Rangers all over again. And the cosmetic scams don't stop there. Leakers have found a Raven themed backbling and pickaxe in the files. But there's a catch. You can only get them from a mobile only Blitz tournament. So unless you're a touchscreen god, you're never touching these cosmetics. In July 2024, Fortnite released an epic collaboration with Pirates of the Caribbean with an awesome mini battle pass and the iconic Captain Jack Sparrow skin.
Ooh, oh, it's a Captain Jack Sparrow run. Oh, I'm being chased.
But there was a problem. They had accidentally released it a week early, so when people bought the event pass, they couldn't complete it. Needless to say, people were not too happy when they found out, and they were left feeling totally scammed. In Chapter 3, Season 3, Dragon Ball Z hit the Fortnite Island and anime fans were going wild. It had everything, from Goku and the insane Kamehameha Mythic to quests that let you unlock Charging Up, Boosting Key, Shenron,
We got it.
and Dragon Radar, all completely free. The only downside, the quest didn't last forever. And if you missed out, Fortnite had a sneaky trick up its sleeve. They dropped the Dragon Ball Power Bundle in the item shop for 2,300 V-Bucks. Some players were happy to get a second chance, but for others, it felt like a total scam. Fortnite was now selling items that used to be 100% free and charging a premium price for them too. In December 2018, PlayStation released an exclusive pack containing the Prodigy skin and the Tabulator backbling. 5 years later, people on the other platforms would finally have the opportunity to buy the backbling as part of a locker bundle. Or so they thought. Even though it was pictured in the item shop, it actually wasn't part of the bundle at all. Back in OG Fortnite, CypherPK made a name for himself as the Trap King. And sadly in Chapter 2, they were vaulted. This was devastating for Cypher. But when the High Explosives LTM rolled out 3 seasons later, Fortnite had accidentally left old llamas in the game, and that could only mean one thing.
My goodness, dude.
Cypher was super excited, and fortunately his suspicions were right. Needless to say, he didn't hang around putting them to good use. Unfortunately, Fortnite quickly realized their mistake and removed them, leaving CypherPK feeling completely cheated. Rare skins have always been exciting, and everyone likes to take pride in their awesome collections.
Love that. That is probably one of the most sought after, most spammed skins.
But with the 29.20 update, without warning, Fortnite removed rarities entirely. A 2,000 V-Buck legendary was suddenly reduced to just another regular skin like all the others? Needless to say, the community was outraged. and theories quickly emerged as to why Fortnite might have done this. When you buy a skin, you expect to be able to use it, so when owners of the Jack Skellington skin logged into the Save the World after the new update and found out that they couldn't use it, they were outraged. It was eventually added back, but then almost a year later, it was disabled again, and this time it stayed disabled for months. Players were furious, especially since many had bought the skin to use specifically during the Christmas season. It felt like a total scam. Now onto the machine pistol. The first time people saw it, Fortnite had actually added in by accident into solid gold, and it wasn't even gold rarity. It was gray? Sadly, it was only in the game for an hour, so a lot of people missed out on trying it. But eventually, it came back, and this time, it was available up to gold. It was absolutely wild,
but it shreds at close range. Holy shoot.
with some of the highest DPS of all time.
It has a lot of damage, dude.
But unfortunately, Fortnite quickly realized it was too overpowered, and they nerfed it into the ground. So a lot of people never got to experience firsthand just how insane it actually was. New skins coming to the item shop is always exciting.
Dang.
But when the shop reset in Chapter 5, Season 4, nobody could believe what they were seeing. It looked like you could purchase a bundle of the Moniker, Fortune, and Stash skins only for 1,200 V-Bucks? Unfortunately, when players purchased it, they actually only received Moniker, leaving many people feeling like they had just been completely scammed. In Chapter 5, Season 3, something unbelievable happened. PC and Switch players were getting instantly kicked from the game just for entering the desert? Some players didn't even make a glide in for the battle bus before getting booted, and needless to say, players were not happy. In Season 8, Fortnite released a new pickaxe called Star One, but there was something very wrong with it. Instead of the usual 20 damage per hit, Star One did 56.
Yo, what is going? Epic!
Meaning you could 2-tap somebody with it off spawn. For the unlucky players on the receiving end, it didn't feel too good, but it was pretty epic if you were the one using it. With the release of the Xbox Series X and S, an awesome new matte black style for the Master Chief skin was added to the game.
It looks smart. It looks epic. I think it's my favorite.
And Fortnite said after buying the skin in the item shop, the black style could be unlocked by playing a game of Fortnite on one of the two consoles at any time. It was super easy to do, and people were excited to unlock the awesome new style. Eventually, the skin left the item shop, but when it returned 934 days later, Fortnite made a huge mistake. They tweeted saying the black style was no longer unlockable. Players freaked out, and rightfully so. Fortnite had gone back on their word, and people who had bought the skin before the announcement felt like they had been totally ripped off. Luckily, Fortnite got the message pretty quick, and they made the black style unlockable the very next day. During Chapter 5, Season 4, Fortnite added Chemergy boost to the item shop, and Rocket League players were outraged. Turns out the boost was meant to be an exclusive reward from a Rocket League tournament, so competitors who earned it the hard way were furious to see it in the Fortnite item shop. Luckily, Epic quickly added a new version, the Chemergency boost, just for the tournament winners. But let's be real, Fortnite doesn't always make things right that fast. When the Yoda backbling hit the item shop, Star Wars fans went crazy for it. But it didn't take long for players to realize something was seriously wrong. Turns out, doing the Zoidberg scuffle emote while wearing the Yoda backbling would completely crash your game, and sometimes even your teammates too. Fortnite acted fast, but what they did shocked everyone. Instead of disabling the emote, which had already been in the game for months by this point, they disabled the brand new Yoda backbling, the one everyone just paid for. Players were furious. They couldn't use what they had just bought, and to make it even worse, Fortnite could have just easily disabled the Zoidberg scuffle instead. With the release of Rocket Racing came new cosmetics, and some of them were really expensive. The Fuse Starter Quest pack contained a bunch of cool stuff and cost $9.99, unless you were in Hungary, where the pack only costed 25 cents. In Season 9, Symphony discovered an insane glitch and couldn't wait to show Dakotas. If you wore the Waypoint skin, you could go completely invisible. Well, except for your head.
What? Your back blinks like all the way in the floor.
It was hilarious. And while it didn't work out for Symphony,
I'm dead.
Dakotas had much better luck, even managing to pickaxe the last player for the win. But while it made for some great clips, Fortnite quickly realized the issue and disabled the skin, leaving Waypoint fans feeling totally ripped off that they couldn't use their favorite skin anymore. Believe it or not, this wasn't the only time Fortnite's messed up with invisibility glitches. In Chapter 3, Season 1, if you wore one of the Slurp Legend skins and then used the Shadow Bomb, when the effect wore off, you became a floating head. And it stayed like this for the rest of the game. But somehow, the Neymar Jr. skin took this to a whole new level. On release, if you wore the skin and used the built-in shh emote, you could go almost completely invisible. I guess Fortnite meant to give that power to the John Cena skin instead.
He can't see me.
In the build up to OG, Fortnite promised subscribers of Fortnite Crew that they would get the OG Battle Pass for free, but that wasn't exactly true. When the launch date finally rolled around and subscribers logged in excited to start completing the pass, they found out they didn't have it, and many ended up spending even more V-Bucks to unlock it. Turns out, all they had to do was restart their game and it would have appeared, but Fortnite never told anybody that, and it left tons of players feeling totally scammed. In past seasons, Battle Pass items were meant to be an exclusive, so you couldn't get them any other way. But in Season 6, Fortnite messed up big time, and you could actually buy the WRLD music pack on its own for just 200 V-Bucks? That wasn't the only time it happened either. And back in Chapter 5, Season 2, it happened again with the swim-free lobby track. Fans of Sabrina Carpenter were hyped when out of nowhere, Caffeinated, an emote featuring her hit song Espresso, hit the item shop. But there was a problem. For some reason, the song played at warp speed, and players who bought the emote expected the version they knew and loved were super disappointed. Fortunately, Fortnite had heard their complaints and fixed it to play at regular speed, but that ended up causing even more drama. Players who previewed it and they actually liked the fast version felt like they got totally scammed, and it's unlikely they'll ever get back their beloved speed up version back. Usually when you buy a bundle and already own one of the items, Fortnite gives you a discount. But when the Shack bundle hit the item shop, things worked a little differently. If you had already owned the Axlifier, the bundle still charged full price, meaning you basically paid for the same thing twice. It was a total scam, and Fortnite promised they'd make things right by refunding the players who didn't get the discount. But even now, some players are saying they never got their V-Bucks back, and it's still not clear if Fortnite ever properly fixed it. But believe it or not, Fortnite has tried sneaky tricks like this before. When the amazing Chapter 2 remix dropped, it came with a brand new music pass, featuring none other than Snoop Dogg himself. At 1,400 V-Bucks, it seemed like a great deal, and players rushed to buy it, only to be charged 2,800 V-Bucks instead? Turns out, if you spam the purchase button, it would glitch out and charge you twice, turning a sick deal into a total ripoff. When Juice WRLD hit the item shop, fans were pumped.
Yo, this is sick.
No way! Juice WRLD is in the item shop!
But did you know Fortnite pulled a sneaky scam with the bundle? In the Fortnite web shop, the World Takeover bundle looked like it included the Lucid Dreams emote. But players who bought it actually got the Lucid Dreams jam track instead. Turns out the Lucid Dreams emote wasn't even in the game yet, so players were scammed out of an emote that didn't even exist? In Chapter 5 Season 3, Human Bill hit the item shop and sci-fi fans were losing their minds. But that excitement quickly turned into confusion and frustration. Everything looked normal in the shop until you tried to buy the bundle. The Alien Was Here wrap wasn't there? Some players assumed it was just a visual glitch and bought it anyways. But nope, Fortnite took their V-Bucks and didn't give them the wrap in return. It turned out it didn't even exist yet. Leakers at the time discovered the wrap wasn't even in the game files, so it wasn't a bug. Fortnite was just straight up scamming. In Chapter 5 Season 4, Fortnite were hyping up the Karol G MSB concert,
People are saying this is pretty good, guys.
promising that anyone who attended would unlock the epic Bichota 4-string bass completely free. But when the concert ended, something wasn't right. Players left expecting the reward, but nothing came. Some even rewatched the entire event over and over, hoping it would finally fix the issue. But still, no bass. And what was supposed to be a sick free reward ended up feeling like a complete waste of time. This next scam is so sneaky, you might not have even realized it was happening. But trust me, Fortnite knew exactly what they were doing. For 7 long years, Fortnite didn't let you choose between default skins. It was totally random. Every single time. Why? Well, let's be real. If you can't stick with the default skin you like, you're way more likely to buy a skin from the item shop. And that's not just a theory. Players begged Fortnite to let them choose a default. And what did they do? They started putting default skins in the item shop. Yeah, the exact same characters you were already using randomly the chapter before were being put on sale for 800 V-Bucks each. Fast forward to Chapter 6 Season 1. Now you can finally pick a default skin, which is awesome. But it also kind of exposes the scam. On December 27th, 2024, fans of Billie Eilish were hyped to see the You Should See Me in a Crown emote in the Fortnite item shop. Or so they thought. Turns out, Fortnite used the wrong icon. It wasn't Billie's emote at all. It was Outlaw instead. Sure, Fortnite fixed it pretty quickly, but for some players, it was too little too late. They had bought it thinking it was something else entirely, and ended up stuck with an emote that they didn't even want. In Chapter 5 Season 3, Fortnite dropped the Drake on Steel Rider bundle, and sweats were in love. It came with a unique twist. Players would unlock extra styles depending on the highest rank that season. And according to the store, the scrap slicer pickaxe was supposed to work the same way. But there was just one problem. It didn't. Despite being advertised with unlockable styles, the scrap slicer had none, and players were furious. When the Street Shine pickaxe first hit the item shop, players were amazed by its bright, vibrant colors. But there was something even more amazing hidden in the edit styles. While the default and rainbow styles were meant to be included, Fortnite made a massive mistake and accidentally added the lava style too. When they realized, they disabled the pickaxe entirely while they fixed it, leaving players who had just bought it unable to use it and feeling totally ripped off. Mistakes can be easily made, and next up we have a big one.
No, wait. Oh, I had the storm tracker. That isn't in the patch notes.
And the 4.2 Fortnite update added in the storm tracker, allowing lucky players to see the next 2 storm circles. Needless to say, this was pretty OP, and it was replaced by the jetpack in under 30 minutes. So sadly, only a lucky few players got to try the item out, and most people missed out entirely. In Chapter 4 Season 1, Fortnite introduced the Shotgun Striker perk, and players were hyped.
That's actually huge.
The idea was simple. You would get healed every time you shot an enemy player. But Fortnite made a big mistake. It worked fine in solos, but in team game modes, it was absolute chaos. For some reason, the perk worked on teammates as well as enemies, meaning you could heal up infinitely and become basically unstoppable. It was a super fun glitch if you were the one abusing it. He was probably so confused right there. But for the rest of the lobby, it felt like a total scam. Fortnite Battle Royale is famed for its cool and crazy looking skins, but Save the World has some pretty unique ones too, and Metal Team Leader is no exception. You can buy it in a pack for $19.99, and some people bought it just for the skin. So imagine how they felt when it turned up into the item shop just for 1,200 V-Bucks a while later. Next up, Fortnite did something so bad, it literally made people cry. Chapter 5 Season 2 dropped with absolute heat. Greek god mythics, busted new abilities,
I'm fast as frick, boy!
and a battle pass stacked with wicked skins. The community was hyped.
Oh, she looks so good.
People bought it instantly and started grinding, until one day, it was just gone. The whole battle pass straight up disappeared from their locker. No warning, no refund, just Fortnite acting like they've never bought it in the first place. For some players, this was devastating, and while Fortnite did eventually tweet out that they were looking into it, by then the damage was already done. Sure, in the end, players got their battle passes back, but that moment when you log in and everything's gone, that's not a bug, that's straight up trauma. In May 2019, Fortnite released Season 9, and in the Battle Pass, there was a skin that looked awfully familiar. A lot of people were speculating the skin was Loserfruit, and it made sense.
What the fruit? What? That's gonna be for you.
It even had a strawberry on the shirt. A lot of people even bought the whole Battle Pass just for the skin. So when her official icon skin released later, some people felt kinda ripped off. Fortnite is very vocal about the fact that skins don't give a competitive advantage and are purely cosmetic, but they never mention the disadvantages. And some skins are literally pay to lose. Check out Boba Fett's Starship. It blocks half of your screen. Or Frostwing. It's massive and shoots ice blasts. Talk about making yourself an easy target. Perhaps the worst of all though is the Millennium Falcon. Fortnite didn't mention it practically flashbangs you every time you deploy it, making it totally unusable for a lot of players. Ever since the One Punch Man collab leaked, fans have been waiting for Simon to hit the item shop. After months with no sign, it started feeling like a total scam. But new hints suggest he could be landing on the island soon. And if he does, it might be Fortnite's biggest anime collab yet. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check this one out too. It's a banger. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on a video again. Thank you.